You're a host.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. How's it
welcome
going?
in, Wonder. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Am I clear? Is it good? Audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Awesome. Right, so God is not good. Do you believe that the Christian conception of God is the only conception there is?
No.
No, okay. Do you believe that the Christian conception of God it makes sense? Can it be ratified? I mean, can it be verified based on all of their beliefs? And, for instance, the Bible. Can the Christian God be supported using the Bible?
I mean, can the Bible prove the Bible true?
No, 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 no. I mean, the God that the Christians and the Jews believe in, can it be verified? Can his or its existence be verified using the Bible?
Yeah, like if the Bible was saying things that were true, and then we tested whether or not it was true, then we might say the things in the Bible are true. Like, for example, when we read ancient texts about Greece and it says, hey, so and so went to this city, and then we find that city, we find the ruins of the city, then we would say, oh, cool, the book says something that's true, right? Now, if it says
Well, that's
if it says that the God is
what.
real, that's different. It's a little bit harder to test. But if the God is real, then we should see some evidence at least that he's, doing something.
Yes, so that's my point, right? I mean, even Harry Potter, if we discovered, I don't know, some civilization in 100 years from now discovered Harry Potter and it described London, a city called London, we wouldn't assume that everything in Harry Potter is real and it's true. We would say, oh, it's a story. And therefore, okay, so
Wait,
it's got
I'm really
certain landmarks,
just
correct?
hold on. I'm confused.
My point is, my
Just
point is,
just stop
my point
talking.
is,
What religion are you?
I'm a Muslim.
Okay, what position are you taking right now?
I think you should stop critiquing Christianity.
Why? You
Because
gotta,
it's false.
you
It's
gotta.
proven false. It's
When so is
it's
your
completely
religion.
irrational. No, 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 no.
Your
That's
your
what that's what I was
your
getting
your
at.
God
That's
is
what I was getting
your
at.
God is not good either.
Tell me about my God. Tell me about my God. Tell me
Well,
something about
first of
my
all,
God.
he's fake. Second of all, he wants
Okay, okay.
his people.
That's
Second of all,
it's
he wants his
fake.
people
And
to be warlords. Third of all, he told his prophet, according to legend, to marry a 6-year-old and consummate the marriage at age 9. Unless you think Muhammad did that all on his own. You think Muhammad did that on his own? You're muted, by the way.
so, which of those points? You said God is fake. My God is fake.
Yeah,
How did you determine this?
because there's no evidence for his existence. Same way you determined that the tooth
Oh,
fairy is fake.
right, right, right. What kind of evidence would we expect for the tooth fairy?
Well, I would expect that if the tooth fairy was real, every single child for all of history forever was getting money under their pillow when they lost a tooth, but that actually doesn't happen.
Okay, so that's never been demonstrated to happen
I know,
because I mean,
which is why
a
there's
child's
no good
parent
reason to
could
believe in it.
simply right, 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 right. So you say that my God, the God that I believe in, is fake.
Yeah, your God is
Based on
equally
what?
as fake as
What
every
exactly are
other
you looking for?
God.
No, no, no.
So, do
Tell
you
me what you're looking
listen?
for.
I
Tell
know
me what
you're
you're looking for
really
to determine
excited,
he's
but
fake.
I'm going to tell you why he's
No.
fake because there's no evidence for his
Okay,
existence. The
I'm
same
waiting.
way that there's no evidence for the existence of any other God. In fact, most
You've
of
already said that.
the
You've already
most of
said
the
that.
creator concepts don't have any evidence for them, and they're also
You,
logically incoherent. For example, you
you're just
probably
repeating yourself. You're
I'm
repeating
going to
yourself.
mute you since you obviously don't have enough adult in you to let me speak. So, do you believe that your God exists outside of space and time?
I believe my God is the necessary being who is the creator of space and time.
So, he exists outside of space and time.
He is the creator, the necessary being
Buddy, it's a yes or
that
no.
is
Is your
necessary.
God outside of space or time?
Obviously, that would entail it, of course.
Fantastic.
That
Are
is the
you
entailment.
aware that when you take away time, it becomes impossible for your God to do anything? So, for example, if your God acted outside
My
of
God is
space
not.
time, I don't know why you keep talking while I'm talking. If your
Well,
God
you're making a false, assertion.
All right.
You're
Well, I'm
making a
just going
false
to keep
assertion.
muting you since you won't let me talk on my own fucking live. So, your God, if he exists outside of time, means that everything he does, everything he ever thought, every mental state he's ever had has been happening for exactly 0 seconds. The only alternative to that is that it's been happening forever all at once, which means God's never actually had an individual thought. Every thought he's ever had has always been happening forever. You need time for sequencing. If you don't have time, there is no such thing as sequencing. Sequencing entails that there is a state at which something is and a state at which something is not. Do you understand? So your God could not have created time.
No, that's not the case, because you're assuming that God is basically, you're assuming that time is a creation of God. Right, time.
It can't
all
be.
The events within creation. It is.
It can't be. I'll just give you the logical proof
he's not
for why.
By time.
Yes, he is.
He's the only.
I know.
Necessary
logic
being,
is really hard for you.
Which is a necessity. No, you're not. You're not demonstrating anything. You've not demonstrated anything.
Because you won't shut up long enough to actually listen to anything that I'm saying. So we'll just make this. We'll just make this really easy. Okay? Can God act outside of time?
Time. So
it's a yes or no. Can
time is.
I'm going to mute you every time you don't answer my question. Can God act outside of time? It's a yes or no.
Define your terms. Define your terms.
Can he
when you
act?
Say time, what do you mean? What do you mean by time?
Can he act outside of time? You know what time is.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean by time?
You know what time is. Listen.
Time is a measurement of change. Now tell me what.
All right. It was a yes or no. Can your God act outside of time? Yes or no?
Time is not an intrinsic property of God.
That's not a yes or no. Can your God act outside of time? Yes or no?
Of course, that he's the creator of time.
Okay, so if your God can act outside of time, that means he is in fact in time, because an action requires.
That doesn't make any sense.
Listen, you can't listen while you're talking, dummy. You cannot act.
You're not making any sense
because you're not listening. You cannot act.
I'm listening. Go on.
You cannot act without time. You must have time to do actions, because an action requires that there is state A and then there is state B. For example, if I move my hand from here to here, that's two different states. That's an action that requires time to exist. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to move because I'd be everywhere all at once. Everything I've ever did either happens for 0 seconds or it happens forever. That's what it means to be outside of time.
I'm talking about creation itself.
All right.
I'm talking about what we observe and what we experience.
Is creation an act?
Creation is an action. It's an act of God, yes.
Okay, so if creation is an act, then it requires time. We'll just make this really easy. Does creation require a change of states?
From non-existence to existence.
Yes or no?
Non-existence to existence, so...
I don't know why yes or no questions are so hard for you. Yes or no,
something
does
that
creation...
didn't exist, and then it was brought into existence.
Listen, you're going to provide yes or no answers to these premises. This is not hard. I already know that you know philosophy. Just say yes or no. Every act of creation is a change of states, yes or no?
Creation is an act itself.
Listen, I'm asking you a yes or no question. Every act of creation is a change of states, yes or no?
Creation is an act of God.
That's not my question.
You just don't accept it. You just
that's
don't
not my
accept it.
question.
You're clearly not.
Listen, I'm going to give you one last chance, and then I'll put you back in the comments with the rest of the children crying.
You're completely incompetent, my friend.
Yes or no?
Incompetent.
Yes or no?
I challenge you.
Is creation a change of states?
That's this based on, even not what you think I believe.
Okay, well, get out of here then. I don't know why these God-filled people don't have enough intelligence and patience to answer yes or no questions.